the smaller the particle, the stronger, and thus this interaction, it's really goes really deep inside to our most safest place in the cell, and causing a lot of harmful effects. And it is noted in the recent peer review articles, the plastic particles may impose significant environmental and health hazard, with surface charge playing a critical role in governing this behavior.
So now we'll talk about the health implications. As I was mentioning before, I work as a physician, and I see that a lot of things are changing recently. We see a lot of patients, there's more cancers. Younger patients are actually getting more sick. There are a lot of chronic diseases, exacerbation of all different kinds of respiratory diseases, and it's really very concerning. And when I was studying this topic, what surprised me about the properties of nanoplastic was that it can, well, first of all, it's very small. So it's the very, very tiny size. And when it's smaller than 100 nanometers, it can actually pass directly through any membrane, right? Even via like passive diffusion. Then, of course, there are a lot of barriers in the human body which will not allow this because there's active transport and all this stuff. But because of this charge, which is interacting with the human cell, plus the size, it helps the nanoplastic get right in. And not just into the cytoplasm, it can actually get into the other organelles, like mitochondria. That's particularly concerning. Mitochondria, you might know, it's super important for us. It's like a power plant for a cell. If mitochondria is not working properly, the cell is not going to work properly. That means the organ is not going to work properly. Also, there are some studies suggesting that it can actually even cause DNA breakages. That's also particularly very concerning. Another interesting thing to me was that once the particle enters the blood, because of the charge, it gets coated by plasmatic proteins, lipids, and so on, because the way I imagine it, and now just this is figuratively speaking, right? I'm imagining it like on top of the plastic particle, there's plus. The plasmatic proteins are usually minus, so it will attract. It will coat it, and this way, our immune system will not recognize this particle as a foreign particle. It will just travel unseen as a friend through our system, and it can get anywhere. So that's bad for us, right? And this way it can get anywhere. Another important thing is that this charge on top of the particle, because it's plus, and it's called electron transduction, it can actually pass this electron to the microbes, like bacteria. And what does that mean to us? If bacteria is supposed to live certain time, and now it encounters this plastic particle. This plastic particle gives it the extra electron. That means this bacteria is going to live longer, and gives it extra energy to do certain mutations. It can divide rapidly. It can even result in, producing more biofilm, and thus result in antibiotic resistance.